Before we start to get to the actual mugs, you have to address this extreme close quarters range. This is the area right before your assailant makes contact with you. You'll sometimes hear it referred to as the trapping range. It's the distance right before your attacker can touch you. For this distance, there are a few things you could pull off, but you have to protect yourself and allow you to shift the momentum in your favor. So for starters, we're going to start off with this short edge of hand, hand yoke, knee combination. When in tight quarters, you sometimes can't help it be your environment to let your assailant get close to you. You could be at a bar, you could be in just a crowded subway platform, and the next thing you know, this guy's right in your space. So if you have time before the actual physical contact, and you are fronted, and this guy does get in your face, you need to put your hands in a protective position. So you can do one, okay, you can put your hands up just in front, just as, again, very defensive. Like we said before in the first module, there's not a lot of difference between this, and this, except what a witness sees. So hands up in front. You can also do the old Jack Benny, dating myself again, hand folded, arm up, still, hands protecting your face. What you don't want to do is have your hands on your side, and still as before, you want to have your hands higher than your assailants. For this particular combination, we're just going to have our arms folded. Arms folded, again, not wrapped. It's like we said in module 1, arms folded. So our weight is going to be still, as before, on our front foot, and we're going to be pushing off our back foot. Hands in front. Now, again, we really don't have time to wind up, so the short axe hand is just going to come out, bang, straight up into the chin, into the throat, and driving the head up. We're going to step and twist our body with our hand yoke and then drive with our knee. So this combination is, okay, again, opening gambits, really quick, really explosive. So weight leaning forward. Again, we have time. This is a proactive self-defense situation. So our hands are in front. I drop, chin down. Okay, when he starts to come into me and he starts to grab me and move his hands, remember, all this is generating from the shoulder, so we're going to keep our chin down and our head down. You don't need to look at him to see where he is. You know where he is. And right following this center line, this hand is just driving straight up and driving straight in. Again, we don't have that reactionary gap. We don't have the time to drop step. We can't wait. So we're here, he's close to me, I can't back up. Okay, so again, it is short edge of hand, hand yoke or web of hand blow, driving him back, driving that knee straight up. Another option is first attacking the lower portion of his body to cause a distraction. This is extremely effective. And really all you need to do to start is this we're going to do a shin kick, ear box, eye gouge, knee combination. And there's really nothing fancy to it. Anyone who has, smashed their knee on a coffee stand in the middle of the night knows that a kick to the shin is painful at least. Okay, so really it's just about we're confronted. Now we're in a position where, you're not necessarily in a stance, even though you could be, but we're having words, and it's okay, really simple. Just old kick him in the shin, hands just come up as before, ear box, finding the eyes, shaking the head, and driving the knees in. You can see we're always moving them backwards and always taking ground. Again, you have to assume that when he's armed, he's got friends. You always want to keep him off balance. So moving him and continually moving him backwards, as always, doesn't allow him to mount an offensive. And if he does have friends, it draws them out. And I mean, when you get assaulted here, I get fronted here, just always X marks the spot. There's a reason why he picked this. Okay, and if he's smart, he's got somebody backing him up. So when you ear back, God, you drive and shake the head. Now, we're in, again, as always, we're in the nice, clean training area. There could be a car, there could be a wall, there could be a variety of debris on the ground, changes in elevation. So when you're moving him, chances are you're just going to run him into something. So again, this combination. Okay, simply pick up your foot, drive it into his shin. As he reacts, bang, grab it in, cupping the ears and driving the eyes back, shaking the head and driving those knees in to his testicles. Really simple, not too much technique involved, and if you can pick your hands up and pick your foot up, you can get this off. Okay, when you grab somebody in their eyes and you start gouging their eyes and shaking their head, something interesting happens to a body. It starts to square up. So if Pete's here, okay, and I'm driving him back, look, his feet automatically come square, and that opens up, and that drives a nice path for my knee right into his testicles. Okay, so again, it's shin stomp, ear box, driving knees. That'll be your option 2 from that range. Now, if you feel the attack from the rear, okay, chances are, again, you're going to have another assailant here who's going to be distracting you or just talking to you, okay, and the real threat's going to be from the back. So what we're going to have to do, again, is whatever direction you pick, you have to take ground and you have to move as quickly as possible. So you'll be fronted. We're just going to do shin stop, elbow, hack, move them back. Okay? Once that's taken care of, at least I can escape, or I'm going to have to deal with this guy. Okay? So, thanks, Raj. All right. So, even if you miss, okay, with this shin scrape and stomp, okay, it will give you enough reaction time so you can raise your elbow up and hack. Okay, so this elbow you're either low or high up to the head or low into the body just to create space to take more drastic and more larger chunks out of him and put more power to it. So you should note, by attacking first, and when you attack first, you will get an extra split second. So I always use this example. If we're walking along, Roger, come here, okay? Pete and I are walking along, and so Roger comes up and just clocks me in the head, okay, knocks me out. There's going to be a split second here where Pete's going to be like, holy crap, what just happened? Okay, so you need to use this for your advantage. A good street fighter knows this and will do this. And they will take advantage of that second of adjustment by attacking first. Even if your initial attack misses its mark and it's not effective, it will buy you enough time, all the little time, that split second you need to attack a second and a third time. So always remember, even if you have the anxiety of striking first, even if you attack first and you miss, there's a very good chance that you will have the opportunity for the second and third strike. If you train in this manner, if you train in a way that teaches you to attack in a barrage of assaults. And that's why we train this way, and that's why we do what we do. Okay, thanks, Roger. So again, that last combination. Again, approach from the rear. Stomp. Okay, this would be shin scrape or stomp. Just all you do is looking back and just stomp it on the foot. Elbow, hack. Again, from the rear, I feel it. That's it. Don't need too much else. So that's, again, just an assault from the rear. Now we'll move to the elbow spike. We covered it in Module 2, Advanced Methods of Striking, but it bears repeating at this time. This is done, of course, in all 4 directions, front, back, and the side. As you recall, the elbow is simply snapped up in the direction of your assailant. Okay, chin is tucked, the elbow snaps up convulsively. When you feel the attack is imminent, snap it to position. Again, he's close to me, bang, up. Of course, you will follow up with whatever techniques you feel comfortable with. Again, it just is just this reaction. It doesn't matter. I feel him from the rear, bang. Okay, either side, whatever side you're comfortable with. Like you did in Module 2, you practice 4 directions for the elbow. So 2, and then 3. Again, just enough to get him to hesitate. Then we could just pop. Okay? And then follow up with the techniques that you've been working on from Modules 1 and 2. Another technique we covered in Module 2, but again, I really want to reiterate it, is the reeling elbows. Again, coming with that elbow spike, creating space, especially, again, in this extreme close range. Again, all you want to do is get your attacker to pause so you can take the opportunity to take the fight to him. So it's really just, again, doesn't matter which direction he's coming from. If I'm here and now I'm backing up because I have a threat that's coming from the other direction, great. Okay, great. Again, it's the one you don't see that's the biggest threat to you. So you pop here and just reel him back. Again, Pete, we've been training for years, still is coming in. He's like, what the hell do I do? Because he really is going to have to try to figure out and wait for you to at least create an opening. Again, all it has to do is get him to pause. If I catch him, moving back, great, no problem. But that's not its purpose. Its purpose is to create enough space to make up for the mistake of letting him too close to your personal space. Again, this is what you have to be careful of when you're training, and when you're training these methods we talked about before. It's that making the mistake of letting people in and waiting for them to attack. We need to take advantage of that. We need to make up that distance. Either take him out, okay, or at least here just to get people off of me. Especially if you feel there's a definite multiple assailant possibility. Okay, next we have the double forearm shiver. And this again is done with one forearm driving into the throat and the other to the hips. It's an excellent way to stop his momentum as he's coming into me. Again, you're attacking his primary source of balance and his primary source of direction. The head leads the body. Okay, where the head goes, the body follows. So this will shift his momentum, of course. And also, obviously, we're hitting the throat, so it's got its own added benefit, of course. Causing either slight or severe damage, depending obviously on the force of contact. Again, when you attack now the other form attacks his hips, it's his center of power and his mass. One of two things will happen. Either it stops him in his tracks or you get pushed back. Either way, you'll be able to maintain some distance between you and your assailant. The point is not to enter in a grappling situation which will inhibit your ability to escape or deal with multiple attackers. So as he's moving in, it's now again, I have to be careful. When I'm practicing with a training partner, I'm hitting him on his chest. Okay? So again, he moves in. If I catch him enough from the side, okay, again, from the other direction, just so, dropping the weight in, again, done from no particular stance whatsoever, just dropping the weight into your assailant, hacking, following up with whatever you feel is necessary, depending on what you're comfortable with and where he is in relation to you. Again, keeping your chin down, okay, only giving him dropping below his shoulder line. Again, most attacks are going to be coming towards your head, and they're going to generate from the shoulder. So we always are dropping below that shoulder line, okay? Driving up, moving back. If he moves me back, comes into me, at least I'm in a position here where I can start to react. I can catch my balance, I can catch my distance, and at least, being a smaller person, it's still, I don't get moved into his mass, even though Pete did lose some weight. It's great. So, again, dropping it down, in, driving. Again, as you practice, as you get comfortable with your techniques, what you're going to follow up with really doesn't make a difference. It's going to be whatever comes to you. And that only comes from training and repetition. Okay, as your assailant moves in, this will be the final one in this extreme close range. Again, there's a variety of things you can do. These just seem to be, the most instinctive and convulsive and give us the greatest amount of success. So it's just going to be a front headbutt. Like we mentioned before in Module 2, you're going to be striking with the hairline area into the soft parts of his face. Keep your neck stiff, jaw pinched, eyes shut. Okay. In this particular case, we're just going to pin and drive. Okay. Everything stays stiff, and we bend at the waist and drive it in. Okay, just enough, again, just to get him to stop. Of course, if you're wearing a helmet or riot gear, this is extremely effective. But of course, make sure you practice this with your helmet on, even a little bit. As always, remember to keep that eyes clenched, jaw tight, neck immobilized, and drive with your hips and your body. Okay, this will cause enough damage and allow you to create enough space where you can continue your assault. For example, as Pete approaches in, say, wow, a lot of times you wind up with the same finishing techniques. Well, yeah, that's because I can. And that's because you always bring them back to what you're most comfortable with. Doesn't have to be, you don't need 1,000 different techniques to be effective. You just need a few very good ones trained properly and applied at the right time. And that's really all we're doing. So again, this extreme close range, practice it. This is what's going to give you that awareness and, pay attention to a threat that comes close to your personal space and gets close enough to do some damage to you. Because the more you're wrapped up with him, the more vulnerable you are to an assault from another assailant. Okay, so next we'll move to the actual grabs and holds portion of the video. Grabs and mugs can be broken down into assaults from the rear and assaults from the front. They can be further broken down into single hand grabs, double hand grabs, body grabs, headlocks, hair grabs, and strangles. Now this happens when your assailant gets into your personal space without you responding with blows. As you already know, under real fighting conditions, you will not have time to respond with specific defenses. That initial grab or assault is only a way of distracting you or pinning you, and it preempts the real attack. The punch, the headbutt, the knee, the stab, okay? The initial grab, in most cases, is unimportant. You still must focus your attention, grab again, but whatever. You must focus your attention on the assailant. Okay? Most self-defense techniques taught today are simply regurgitated methods, and the instructors haven't taken the time to reflect against them in the real world. The majority of these techniques actually come from old Jiu-Jitsu kata. If you look at Judo's Goshin Jitsu kata, you'll see a lot of the very same techniques that are taught today in a wide variety of systems. Okay, these techniques survive due to the lack of field testing and scrutiny. They also are taken out of context of the why and the how they were actually developed, and they're taken as literal defenses for specific situations. Remember, if you attack first and keep attacking, you can defeat anyone, even a highly skilled adversary. We'll start with the front assaults with a single hand grab. Now, again, I get a kick out of this with my guys because the first self-defense always leads to, it's like there's a big wrist grabbing epidemic. I've had some, real world experience and nobody has yet had to grab my wrist. There's some women's self-defense cases where this comes into context. A lot of this, again, you're thinking about if you were drawing a sword or a weapon, grabbing the wrist would make sense to pin them while you followed up with a barrage of attacks. So it survived. We'll deal with it. Again, when you're training, and if you do train with a partner, again, this is another bad habit that comes out of training with a partner. Don't give your hand to your assailant, to your partner. Okay? Make them reach for your hand. Okay? This will give you at least a little bit more spatial reference and a little bit more realistic. You should note that the only specific defense worth practicing is the single wrist release. You would use this to release your free hand so you can hit them or secure a weapon. Pretty that's it. He grabs the simplest one. There are a variety of one. Hand open, stepping back, and just roll your wrist against the thumb. Okay? It's either comes up or across. That's it. So in the case of he grabs, I would pop it, bang, to follow up with a strike. Okay, there's no need to do any more than that. Okay, now, the first thing we have to do, as we mentioned before, I really don't need to be concerned with this too much. Okay, I have to be concerned with him. Again, he could have a knife, the headbutt, the stomp, the knee. So this is of a little importance to me. The first thing we're going to do is do a punch stop. And the punch stop is just that edge of hand, that tiger claw that goes right into the shoulder. You can do this straight to the head. We practice a lot of times with the shoulder just in case it is an edged weapon attack. So really simple. It's tiger claw to the shoulder. It comes back. Tiger claw to the face. Edge of hand the forearm, edge of hand the neck. Okay. So he grabs. Okay. I really don't care what he's doing. Okay? It doesn't matter. As he's gripping in, okay, I immediately strike him. And I also do another thing, which you should be aware of, is that to protect my center line, my testicles and my face, he grabs, my punch stop comes offline. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, this grab. He grabs. So, wow, that time he hit the hand and then hit the head. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, you do this and you attack him with enough force until, there's no longer a threat. So, even if you did simply just come at him and bang and hit the face and do it, whether he has a weapon attack, again, it doesn't matter. Once he's unconscious, it doesn't matter. So right from the get-go, don't pay attention to this. Pay attention to this. And just attack, attack, attack. Now, from here, the elbow spike is another option. I could just drive it straight up into his head. Even if he happens to be grabbing the hand I'm elbow spiking, it doesn't matter. Again, it all works together. This is the beauty of the system. You're trained to react correctly no matter what he does. And the sooner you react, the sooner you start attacking, the better off and the more chances you're going to survive. So if he comes in to grab my wrist, either hand, doesn't matter. I bang, bring it up. Okay, if he comes back, he comes in here. There's my elbow, here. Okay, it doesn't matter. So what's already being programmed into you is the correct response. So you don't need to worry about, if he grabs my wrist and I didn't even do the punch, I didn't even do the punch stop. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just react and attack it. The next single arm grab is going to be, the next single hand grab is going to be the single arm grab or the shoulder grab. Okay, so again, this is where all martial arts systems kind of keep going off the beaten path. You'll see all this, you'll see this, and hey, don't get me wrong, this is all well and good and fine, okay? But it ain't self-defense, okay? It looks good, it makes me feel good, it hurts him, but it's not the reality of it. This, again, is the beginning. I don't worry about the rest of him. Pete's raring it to knock me out probably at this point, and he will definitely be after this, okay? So, do I think, oh, well, his hand is a foot above where my other hand was, so I should be doing another? No, it doesn't matter. So same thing. Same reaction, same response as before. Simply attack. Cross wrist grab. Again, this is another one that gets all kind of botched. This is not him reaching across your body. I don't know where the hell that comes from. Okay, I mean, why would somebody would do this is beyond me. Okay, but if I'm here and he grabs me with the other hand, okay, this seems plausible. He's trying to pull me or move me. Okay, I don't need to do a whole lot of fun stuff. I come in here again, working. Okay, no, I don't need any of that. Okay, don't. He grabs, same technique I just did before. Same technique before. So, he grabs me. Here, tiger claw straight out. Edge of hand, there's my knees. Fight and go. If I'm carrying a firearm and he reaches for my firearm, it doesn't matter. Same reaction as before. Same as before. Now, okay, fine. Single hand, the old collar hook punch routine. He grabs a collar, comes in for a punch. Oh, we can block, we can do, No. Same reaction as before. She grabs. Okay, from the rear, or you can see from this side. He grabs. It's the same attack, essentially, as a single wrist grab. Doesn't matter. Single hand grab to my throat. This is particularly good distraction, okay? Just as a note, every time you assault someone to the throat or the face or the testicles, you're going to get a reaction out of them. As an assailant, it's a good strategy to pin and use a follow-up with a more devastating technique. So, from our point of view, he grabs. It doesn't matter. It's one hand, it's one attack, he's right there. I have to attack him as fast as possible. This is the beauty of the system. One defense for a variety of assaults. Simple, aggressive, and instinctive. Once you attack, keep taking ground and finish him as before. You notice we start here, we end up over there. Do not get in the habit of staying here, in this. No. Okay, this does not work. This is not reality. Okay, I see people, Pete's really going to attack me. Just come and grab it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay? He's going to be all over me. All over me. I'm not going to stand there. He's not going to stand there. Okay, in order for him to do, if he's in a rage, he's going to want to run me over and rip my head off. He doesn't already. Okay, so all the single wrist grabs are essentially, it's the same technique. Same technique. It's this tiger claw, edge of hand, and then follow up however. Doesn't matter. And to be quite honest, after the first couple of strikes, it's whatever happens. It's whatever happens. We just train it in a way that you're taught to continue to react, to attack, and to take ground. Okay. Next, we'll move to double hand grabs. From single hand grabs, we'll move to double hand grabs. First, we start with the double wrist grab. Anytime you're going to be grabbed in this manner, you have to be aware of a couple things. Obviously, not worried about getting punched, but headbutt, knee strike. Okay, these are all things that I have to take into account right away. Remember, it's not the initial assault, it's what's coming. It preempts the real attack. Okay, so don't focus on the initial grab so much as what's happening afterwards. So the first thing you have to do is you have to react in a way that covers your center line and protects your face and your groin. At the same time, you want to attack as fast as possible. So you must assume, again, that he will not simply grab your hands and wait for you to react like you do with your training partner. So kicking in this situation will depend on your balance. So, and if you're attacked and pulled into a headbutt or a knee, which is the most probable follow-up to this type of assault, the only real option is to attack with your head or your shoulder. So if he grabs me and pulls me, okay, kicking is going to be difficult. So we're going to be driving the point of our the point of our shoulder or our head into our target. You're going to be driving this into the center of his body. Hopefully, if you can hit his solar plexus, great. But again, as we mentioned before, mass of the body, wearing the coat, it could be, we got sweatshirts. We live in the Northeast. This is really low percentage target area, but at least it will allow you to keep your balance, not get hit, and follow up with more devastating techniques. And those are going to be driving your knees in, and then when you have the opportunity, you draw your hand back and begin to attack him. So slowly at first, he grabs. Okay, I turn offline and I just drive my shoulder, keep my chin tucked, and now knees and stomps. Pull him back. There's my edge of the hands. Okay? So, he grabs. He's in, he pulls me into him, I go. Okay, Pete's reaction is a natural one. It's interesting enough, you start hitting people, they start to assume a fetal position. So these are the target areas that are pretty much going to be open to us after we start. Once you start getting the momentum, and that's as quick as it takes. It takes a brief matter of seconds to make them feel uncomfortable. They're going to try to get away, or you're going to start taking them apart. Now, just like the single grab, for a double shoulder grab, he grabs me with both shoulders. Okay, again, he set me up for a headbutt. We practiced this from before, right? So now I'm just same reaction. I step in, I give him my shoulder and the top of my head. Chin tucked, knees. Okay, notice I start just attacking the kidneys a bit. Okay, they're there. We'll take it. Again, it's not necessarily going to be it's not a kill shot, but it will allow us to open them up for some larger bits and pieces. So again, that double shoulder grab. Let's go from. Okay, the double shoulder grab. He grabs. Okay. Continue to attack, and again, it's just that. That instant, that initial assault, that's all we care about. After that, you follow up with what you're comfortable with. The next type of two-handed assault is going to be the front choke, and then, of course, the double lapel. We'll start with the front choke. Okay, this is an excellent setup for a headbutt and a knee, and highly recommended. Because as we mentioned before, when Pete drives his fingers in, he's driving them in towards the back and trying to crush my larynx. This is going to cause me to square up and allow him to follow up with knees. Okay, so you need to address this. And you have to get your head and your center line off, same as before. To do this, as he comes in, I simply just twist my body, and this hand's just going to slap over his head. That's it. I mean, as far as holding me and pinning me, there's not much to it. Even if he came in and grabbed me, and I just turn my body a bit, I'll be able to get away. But you have to twist your body to get the maximum power and to get your head and your groin out of the way. So as he grabs me, I'm cheering it. Forearm pad's a good idea, Pete. Okay. So it doesn't matter. As he comes in and I step back, if he even continues to follow, nice, Kwa Chang. Okay. If he pulls that off, he's got a movie deal. All right. So as he moves in and continues to follow, bang. Okay? And he jams you, at least you can still get your elbow up. Elbow, yep, that's fine. Hands down now. Okay? He covers up, continue to hack him, kick him, stomp him, pound him into the ground. Nothing pretty. Remember, as we said time and time again, if it looks pretty in practice, it ain't going to work in the street. Okay? It's a messy, tough area. Okay? And it's not pretty. Nothing goes according to plan. So as long as you maintain your balance, continue to move forward in ballistic, aggressive manner, no problem. No problem. So, again, you'll be able to do this whether you're pinned up against the wall, a delivery van, in a confectional. Okay, all you need to do is rotate your body a little. So even if you're stuck up against the wall, okay, it doesn't matter. Get in close and personal, man. Come on. All right, good. Okay, here, over, okay, same body motion. It has to be. It has to be. Don't get into the trap of, again, see how Pete's doing this Aikido crap? Get your, no offense to anybody, but get your, keep your elbows in tight. Get nice and close. I don't get attacked by Frankenstein unless he's bashing my head against the bricks. Okay? So, again, not, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta come in here. Okay? No. No. No need. Okay? Again, he's going to be smashing my head, bashing my, using his headbutt, doing all kinds of nasty stuff. So again, over here. Okay? So it doesn't matter. You're here, you're against the wall, you're in the open, pinned on a car. Who cares? Okay, the front collar grab is the same as the choke. It has to be. So he comes in and jacks me up. Yep, again, he's really nice and tight. Okay, it's not this, okay, I'm over here, I'm afraid to touch you. Okay, no. Someone who's doing this is going to want to take you, bend you over the bar or car or wherever you are, okay, and really put the woody and get in your face. So he's coming up. Again, I got to worry about a headbutt and knee. So same as before, I turn. Okay, same thing. It can't matter. It doesn't matter. So he grips up. Again, my hand comes over the top. And again, I'm missing Pete's head. But again, when we practice on the dummies, you'll be hitting. And then 1, 2, and then following up with whatever target presents itself. Okay, so again, basically, as you said before, we're attacking above the collarbone, below the waist. You see I occasionally get a kidney shot in there. That's all good. Okay, so from front assaults, single hand and double hand grabs, that's it. There is nothing else. You're going to see it's primarily 2 different sets of techniques. Next, we'll go into our body grabs. Okay, when you're looking at body grabs or bear hug, okay, you have to understand something, that this type of assault, your assailant is trying to pick you up, crush your ribs, throw you to your back or pick you up and throw you to the ground. If you're a woman, he's trying to take you away. Or if you're a guy, again, he's trying to hold you so his buddy can come up and beat the hell out of you. Okay, the person who does this type of attack, will attack you in this manner is going to be bigger and stronger than you. Okay, they're obviously going to be comfortable enough in this situation to choose a bear hug or a body grab or as a primary attack. you'll see a lot, when we practice this technique, is that, people will practice a bear hug and then they'll just come up and just embrace him. Okay? All right. Again, in the event that you're not knocked unconscious by the initial attack, all right, the attack is going to be more like Pete attack. Okay? That's going to be your assault. Okay? And, if he's not trying to bring me to the ground, he's trying to pick me up or just he's strong enough just to crush the life out of me. Or, of course, he's holding me for his buddy. Again, in the case of a woman, he's going to try to pick you up and take you away. So, first thing we're going to start is a front tackle. Okay, and it's really going to be simply, put to the point, sidestepping. Again, if you can react in time, just getting out of the way is going to be your best defense. And when you do that, as I see him running towards me, it's here. It's just stepping out of the way. You get out of the way just like you were jumping out of the way of a bus. Okay, so actually peek it here. Okay, so as he's moving in, I see him bang. Okay, then I would continue my assault. Okay, nothing, no big thing here. But again, you see somebody committed bearing down on you, even as he's coming in and he starts getting a piece of me. Okay. Hold on, sorry, buddy. Okay. Even if he's coming in and starts bearing down and even gets a piece of me, okay, at least you've got, something out of the way and you can attack and move in on him. Second that we should mention is a sprawl. Again, and a sprawl is about getting your feet away and your hips away as much as possible because, again, he's going to be coming in for a double leg takedown. Bang! And I'm going to be sprawling away, and it's an aggressive motion with my hip. Okay? When we're attacked in this manner, your defense is head, hands, chest, shoulder. Okay? Forearms and hips. Do not make the mistake. I've seen this 100 times in every magazine to try to think that as he grabs in, okay, I see people doing this crap. Okay? If he's worth a damn and has any type of grappling experience whatsoever, there is no way on God's green earth that you're going to be able to stand there while he comes in. Yeah, thank you. Okay? And strike. Okay? As you say, you're going to be, you're going to be on your ass looking up at the world, as my dad used to say. All right? So, no way. No way. You must neutralize the position. And if you can control the head, you can control the man. So as he's moving in on me, I'm here and I'm driving his face into the ground. Now, I don't wrestle him, but I don't stomp the crap out of him. Okay? Again, you want to be landing on top of him with your hip. Okay? And then you pop up, finish him with your boots. Okay? Do not get into the fantasy that someone who's trying to take you down, you're going to be able to do strikes and all kinds of stuff. You're going to have problems. And it's not going to be a nice landing. Okay, you're going to get picked up, slammed to the deck, and it's not on a mat. Okay, it's in the parking lot, it's on the grass, there's stumps and rocks. You can end the fight right there. Again, not the number one suggestion as an attack, as you very well know, but there's a lot of guys out there with some type of experience, and some of them, most of them, have an idea what the heck a double leg takedown is. So again, sprawling is your first, getting out of the way, sprawling. These are your options. Okay. Now, move into the actual grabs and the bear hugs. So the first one is going to be your bear hug, arms free. Most of the time, it's going to be either, your arms are going to be trapped. You're going to have one trapped. But we'll start with our hands free. So Pete's going to come in. He's going to grab me. Okay. And now the first thing I need to do is get my balance. Again, Pete's burying his head. So you need to step back and think about sprawling and lowering your level. Now, continue to drive Pete a little bit. Thanks. Okay, now as he's coming in, I'm going to be looking for his eye. When I practice with a training partner, again, which you won't have to worry about, you're going to be grabbing their nose, okay? Running, okay? And then driving my knees up. As soon as I've stopped his momentum, okay, I can now finish with my chin jabs and knees. Really simple. Really simple. Okay, so he comes in. Now there's a variety. First, most important, get your balance, okay? As I'm finding his eye and biting him, okay, I'm driving my knees, stomping down on his instep, okay? If there, or if it just misses, I'm just driving and stomping down and driving these up and knees. Enough so I create space. There's a hand yoke, there's a tiger claw, okay? Just enough to create space to do more damage to him. So, get your balance. Okay. Shift the momentum. Eyes, knee stomps, shin scrapes, biting, and then finish him as soon as he opens up. So again, he comes in, arms free. Okay, again, that was front bear hug, arms free. Front bear hug, arms trapped. This is, again, one of the more common ones. This is from the rear and from the back. He comes over. Again, same thing. Now, I can't grab his face, okay, but I can bite. Okay, again, like, get my balance. Drive. As soon as he starts opening up, there it is. Biting, kneeing, driving. I mean, you got the ear, you got the neck, everything. All you're going to want to do is just to have him not to want to be near you. That's all. Again, get your balance, knee him, stomp his instep, bite him, finish with the chin jab and the knee. Again, same gross motor skills. Same gross motor skills. Pete again. Just make sure before you start biting that you neutralize your position first. What you don't want to do is, as he's coming in, get a shoulder full of teeth, because these will get knocked out. Okay? So he moves in here, neutralize my position. If he already gets me wrapped up, okay, here, right now, just okay. All right, knees, shin scrapes, the whole bit. Now, I should mention if you are picked up, this is not in the notes, but if you are picked up, okay, run in place, and then lather, rinse, repeat. Do the same thing you just did. Same thing you just did. So just running and driving those knees into his thighs, into his testicles, and just so he puts you down, and then you go back. Then you go back. Again, just be careful. When someone gets you, if someone can pick you up off the ground, it's dicey. Okay, because they're looking to slam you down. So you got to react fast. Okay. Those are the front bear hugs or body grabs. Now we have assaults from the rear. Again, you're going to be hit unaware. And hopefully, you'll be able to maintain your balance and stay on your feet. If it's anyone of any particular size and strength that chooses this type of method as a method of attack, they're going to be hitting you with force. Okay, they're definitely going to be larger and stronger than you. So when he moves in, he hits me. Okay, now you need to get your balance and put your feet underneath you. Okay, so as we said before, we need to maintain our balance, start shifting our momentum, and the way that we do that, again, is he's moving in. Come on, okay, here. Okay, headbutt, start stomping. Now I start moving and I try to reach back and find his testicles. Now, as he breaks off, now I follow elbows, edge of hands, and move him forward. And keep taking them apart. Okay, so this here, hit. Okay, headbutt, stomping. Okay, anything to just stop that forward momentum and allow you to create more space to inflict more damage. If you are stuck, and I am here, I reach and grab his nuts. Okay, now Pete's probably not going to hang on. Okay, so I stop and he breaks off here. Now I hit him. If I can hold on to them and squeeze, and one of the points I want to make, Pete's got a cup on, so it's all good. Okay, when you're going to get tight shot of this, face front. Okay, seizing the testicles. Okay, hand comes straight up to the side and grab. Okay, very difficult to come in flat. Very difficult. Okay, straight up, grab. Either done with the pinky side up, okay, or done with the thumb side up. Okay, bang in. That's it. Really simple. Hey, can a grown man grab another guy's nuts? I mean, this is a problem. So. Attack from the rear body grab, arms trapped. He comes in. Again, immediately stomping, headbutting, elbowing. If you can, grab. If you get enough space, great. Hack. I'm moving in. Again, once he starts opening up, it's whatever he gives you. Okay? You don't have to push your arm back, sorry, but I just want. Okay? Elbow straight up, elbow up, edge of hand. It's the same motion. Okay? It just depends on where his relation is to you. Now, if you're in a rear bear hug or you're lifted off, just like we did with the front bear hug, and we were picked off the ground, Pete, I run in place. Okay? Run in place, drive my heels into his thighs. Again, make sure you do 1 foot at a time. This is kind of important because if you're doing both feet at a time, you get slammed and put on the deck. So once he releases you or relents, put you down. Hey, same thing before. Headbutt backwards, stomping, headbutt, elbows. Again, we're not stressing, okay, attack the shin. Okay, attack the instep. If it's there, great. It's going to be picked up with, the motion of your stomping. So we have to remain as non-target specific as possible and focus on areas. So rather than chasing his foot, okay, if I get it, great. If I don't, I'm still in a good position. And then you attack the areas of his body. Okay? Once you've damaged him enough, here's your chin dab, here's your knee. Wherever you wind up, you wind up. When you're training, like I said before, when you're training, you're going to be training just multiple attacks and train to attack again and again. So the last scenario in the body grabs is the bear hugs arm free. Again, he comes in, this is not a tremendously likely scenario. Maybe he's trying to grab you or something, but most of the times, people are going to be just grabbing over top. All right, so you're going to get your balance. Now, if his head's buried, I'm going to be elbowing back, stomping back, elbowing. If I can pin an arm, great. Continue to elbow just so I can turn on him. There's shin kicks, knees, shin kicks, knees. Here's it. Okay. Okay. He's here. Stomp, elbow, find him. One side, then the other. Break it. Okay. Now's my knees, shin stomp, scrapes, elbow strike. Only if you feel like you have his momentum broken and he's backing off, can you start to do this stuff. Okay, like we said before, when he's attacking you and he's moving into you, you're not going to be able to pull this off. But if he's backing away, oh yeah, without a doubt, definitely. So, again, he's coming in, hands free. Here. If I find myself in a position where I need to break his grip, just rip a finger off. That's it. Just grab it, break it off. I'm not going to get into doing all, okay, because, yeah, we do that too. But, that's later, and, we do it because we like it and it's cool, not because we're actually going to use it in a fight. Okay, if I'm grabbing here, I just break it off just to get some space. If I need to, if you find yourself jammed up where he's really strong and I can't get into it, okay, I may want to work my whole hand on his finger while I'm just wrestling around here. Just to get it off, just to get him off. So, again, always maintain it with the grabs, with the body grabs. Balance is key, okay? You need to maintain your balance, shift the momentum, and create enough space so you can inflict damage on your target. This concludes the body grabs from the rear. Next, we'll move to some of the other holds. The first is going to be Ushiro Jime, or a rear naked strangle. With the popularity of mixed martial arts and people all of a sudden getting into grappling, there's a highly, there's more of a chance today of being attacked by somebody who's either been exposed to this or saw it on YouTube or did something where they at least have an idea. As opposed to the traditional martial arts rear strangle, which we like to call the massage, which this is. I mean, I really don't know who's going to be attacking like this. Again, maybe Frankenstein's monster, but that's not a real assault. So we're going to start with first, again, as the strangle comes in, moving in. All right. Now, as we said before, you're probably not going to be able to react to it. And if the guy knows what he's doing, the best advice I ever got was from Ionescu Sensei, and he's like, Sensei, how do you get out of this? Well, don't get in it. So, there's a lot of wisdom there, and you really want to be careful, because if somebody knows what they're doing, if I'm strangling somebody from the rear, okay, he's going to come in and give me a kidney shot, okay, bang, and he's going to pretty much knock me unconscious with his entry. Okay, so chances are, if you make it to the point where you react enough to do something, this guy has limited experience in what he's doing, which is a good thing. Okay, but that doesn't make him any less dangerous. It just makes you a little bit more lucky. So, as he comes in, okay, we're going to find a crevice. Okay, so in this case, I'm just turning towards his hands. There's 2 points of two gap points: his hands and his elbow. Okay, so first thing is tuck my chin, turn into him. Okay. Now, immediately, I have to start changing direction on him and changing momentum on him. So it's going to be stomping and elbow striking back. Okay? As I hit him and loosen him up. Bang. Okay? As I hit him and loosen him up, as he breaks off, I have some options. Okay, of course, I'm here, elbow, I can, elbow, edge of hand into the testicles, grabbing him. Okay? Elbow back as he starts to break off, and I get more room. I can move into him more. Okay? Again, you still have the finish, with your chin jab and your knee. Okay? So again, he comes in, turn, elbow, hack, elbow. This same motion. It doesn't matter where he winds up. Doesn't matter. Because I'm just here, okay? I can turn it into an elbow. I can hack into his testicles. I can grab. He moves back. He starts to break off. I'm here hacking. He stays on me and still continues to fight. Okay? Here, I'm just hacking. Okay? I continue to do it. He's not going to want to stay there. He's not going to, especially as you start to injure him. Okay? Especially. Okay? So, again, it's the same basic movement, same basic gross motor skills that you practice with the rear bear hugs, rear grabs. Same. Doesn't make a difference. And you're going to see that coming into the headlock, it's going to be essentially the same thing. Because again, You can only practice so many skill sets. And you apply a limited amount of skill sets, a limited variety of skill sets to a multitude of situations. Have to. Again, we said before, specific defenses don't work. They don't. Imagine having a separate reaction for a rear bear hug, a separate reaction for a rear strangle. And you'll be, there's no way you're going to be pulling that off. Because once you get hit, you're lucky if you stay on your feet. Okay. Next will be headlock. So, P comes in. Okay. Okay, let go. So it's going to be bang. It's going to come in. It's going to give me a shot. If you're not knocked unconscious by the initial grab. Again, we see it all the time. This is the attack. Okay, you're ready. I'm ready. Okay, let's go. No. Okay. You have to, your assault is going to be, violent and abrupt. So, you need to just react in a way that takes that into consideration and takes it into account. So as soon as he's in, okay, and I gather myself, you want to step in front, okay? Don't make the mistake of circling on his hip. You see this in judo all the time, in wrestling. Somebody's new, they try to get behind somebody, and next thing you know, they just, okay, they're getting tossed, okay, because you're loading yourself up right on their hip. So you want to circle in front. So as he moves in here, okay, I'm striking inside the thighs with edge of hands, striking inside to the testicles with the ridge of my hand, continue to circle out. Depending on where he is, if I've damaged him enough with the testicles, okay, where he's bent over. If he comes in, I'm here, hack, I can catch an eye the other direction. Now here's my chin jab or my hand yoke and my knee. Okay. So it depends on where he's going to go and what you're going to do. Remember, the fight's not over until he's incapable of doing anything. Okay? So you need to be able to attack and keep attacking. And that's really what matters. Okay, so as he comes in and he grabs, hack, okay, popping my head out. I just keep turning in that direction. He's let go. Now it's a fight. Whatever happens, happens. Again, we'll just practice, a couple, 2 or 3 combinations after that. But really, what's going to happen is what comes out of you. Okay, and at this point, there's really, you can't tell. But just practice attacking, counterattacking in multiple sets of at least 3, just like we did from the beginning. The next, just a couple things to mention, single wrist grab from the rear, okay? If he's grabbing, or if you're in law enforcement and he reaches for your weapon, okay, just chop him. Okay, missing those arm pads? Okay, so he reaches for me, okay? Just chop. I see him coming in for my weapon. I'm left-handed. It chops. Chop. Okay? It doesn't matter. He's grabbing me from the rear. Sorry, wrist grab again. Just the single wrist grab from the rear. Okay, here, pull, bang. No mystery. No mystery. Double wrist grab from the rear. Again, he's pinning me, stomping, just taking my elbow, snapping it up. Okay, it doesn't matter. He grabs again. Oh, 2 hands, sorry. Okay, stomping. There it is. Here, you can just even come out of the way and just stick your elbow in his head. Again, there's no need to get complicated with this stuff. No need to get complicated. Okay, from the front, there's really no difference, even when we go to a hair grab, than a punch, or a throat grab. All right, so the only thing is I don't want him to control my head. So as he grabs my hair, okay, I just seize both of his hands. Okay, if it's from the rear, here I just seize both my hands and I turn and I stop just enough to kick him. That's really all you need to do. That's really all you need to do. If he's grabbing me from the front to pull me into a punch, here, elbows up, chin. Okay, I mean, I know he doesn't want to punch me in my elbow, and then immediately kick him and just put the boots to him. That's it. You don't need anything else. You don't need anything else. Again, from the rear, it's the same thing. Grab, just stop, here. Okay? You don't need to, bring them up. Oh yeah, we do that, but you don't need it. It's not needed. As of now, if you're going to take him to the ground, you can either use some sweeps or hockey-style takedowns where you're just simply grabbing the jersey and just snapping him down. Okay? It doesn't have to get any more complicated than that. Remember, KISS, K-I-S-S, keep it simple, stupid. Grab his nuts, gouge an eye, fight over. Control and deflection techniques only work against old ladies and aged college professors. Okay? Practice to attack as soon as he comes into your space. Train realistically and train hard. Again, this concludes Module 4, Defense versus Mugs and Holds.